Welcome. We're going to be doing Cloud9 versus Ence, but first, it is Mr. DDK's birthday today.
Oh, is it really, James?
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
I didn't buy a card because I'm cheap.
Why don't you buy me a card?
Nuke, Cloud9 versus Ence. That is what is coming up. We're going to have Cloud9 starting on the CT side. This is the first game of theirs that we'll be commentating this tournament. They seem to struggle versus Vodafone Giants. I think it was a 16-14 that they took the W1. So, again, it is still a rough patch for Cloud9 in terms of the turbulence, in terms of the rosters and so on. Hard to build an identity with the new team in a short amount of time. So that's something they need to do. How do you fancy their chances versus Ence?
It's a difficult one. I mean, Ence is a tried and proven team. They've got a lot of resilience. Is what I use pretty often, just because they have this amazing core of team play, and they built this chemistry over a long period of time. I think that insulates you from a lot of things that can go wrong in your game plan when you're up against any team. And Cloud9, that is something that they are very much lacking, because it is this sort of hodgepodge kind of grouping of players, and it doesn't seem like they have. Well, firstly, they haven't had too much time to play together. Secondly, as you mentioned, struggling to find an identity with their map pool, and where it's early. It's very early with this lineup. The thing I think that we all want to see with Cloud9 is just some consistency with the lineup, because they've been in lineup time off since the Boston Major, James. That's well over a year ago. That's a year and a half ago, essentially. So it's a tough look for them against the likes of Ence on Nuke here. Yeah,
and on Nuke, they don't have any statistics on this piece of paper for me to look at, really. So we are going in the dark. Ence will be starting on the T side with some game sound as they make their way towards the ramp position. All 5 players are there, and Vice is having a look. He'll be flashed, try to fall back towards the B position, try and spot if he can, but he will choose evasive action. So ramp's been taken early by the likes of Ence, and they seem to be pursuing the B bomb.
Well, that is very fast control taken. A couple of frags as well going the way of Ence. However, it's a pistol round, it's the headshots that count, and there's still a great chance here for a turnaround as they get a coordinated push coming in from Cloud9 on the retake. That's a good start from Golden. Awkward around these stairs, though, as they push forward. Golden looking for the next trade, though, and there's 2 players there, all against Cloud9 at the moment. Golden controls his aim very well, but it might not be enough. Automatic, the star of the team, trying to save the day in the 1 versus 2, but look at this, Ence playing it perfectly. They're not going to show anyone if they don't have to, just harassing just as much as they need to, but trying to make this impossible for Automatic.
He has a kit, but he will not win the round. It's already too late, so there'll be an extra $300 for Sergey at the end as he gets the last elimination, and Ence are off to a good start. We'll see what Cloud9 choose to do. Strong winds at the nuclear power plant. And Vice has gone for a Force Buy, so we haven't seen as many Force Buys as we would normally expect, but we certainly have one here. Automatic will leave some money in the hole, presumably for an AWP later on, but he does have the Scout, along with a bunch of pistols, and there's a lot of smoke grenades here, so maybe there is a plan for Cloud9 in this Force Buy round.
Yeah, absolutely. I think on the map like this, with all these close ranges, you can get a lot done, but Ence have a great approach here. So maybe we'll go through the smoke towards main as well. Will make things a bit easier, but yeah, this is a good approach, just sticking everyone in just one avenue towards that lower bomb site, forcing rotation. Now they can go back outside once the smokes are gone, or maybe they can't, because Automatic's still ever vigilant with the Scout, and he's going to pick off one. So at the very least, the 4 versus 4, and Ence have some decisions to make. Do they go back outside and try to weather the potential of that Scout from Automatic, or do they just recommit down lower, which is now being re-smoked? There's some real dilemmas here for Ence.
Yeah, this is fantastic from Cloud9. They're trying to put Ence into a situation where they're very likely to make a bad decision, to make an error, to make a mistake.
Ooh.
And that is a big headshot from Sergey. That's a big weapon taken out, but there are still pistols for Ence not to quite rush into, I would say. There's still plenty of time on the clock. They see the last player on ladder, so it was made a little awkward, but Ence, they just held and they prevailed.
That shot from Sergey was pretty mind-blowing. I mean, there is quite a world, there's many worlds, James, where that does not connect straight away, and Automatic is going to be able to delay, able to slow them down, get more damage in, get more peaks in. But no, Sergey took him out immediately. Well, 2-0, and Cloud9 forced to the save. P250 and an HE for Automatic. A couple more HEs, actually. We'll have to see if those can land. You see that they're expecting us to perhaps go for the same approach outside, but they aren't, and more conservative. Here comes the onslaught from the pistols, and Aerial will hold things down quite nicely.
It's a nice swift eco round. Anti-eco round, rather. Be sure to send Dan some birthday tweets.
You don't have to.
At DDK Esports.
Not required.
Send the happy birthdays. Send selfies as well. Just let's get everyone sending Dan selfies. I like to troll Dan, even on his birthday, so that would be a great way to do it. Cloud9 will be on their first buy round. They will have the AWP. They've got quite a reasonable amount of grenades as well. So let's see if they can start to hold. 4 scopes on the 5 players. KGB, the only man with an M4A4. And it seems like it might be a fast play into the A bomb site. It's like going all the way. He is. W is being held. We've got flashbangs, but he'll be taken down by automatic. 3, almost 4 players in the A bomb site to begin with for Cloud9. But can Ence make more inroads?
Yeah, good to see that Ence are trying to keep the pace fast, especially in a round with some SMGs and so on. But good hold from Cloud9 will now have them trying to concoct a second plan of attack now that the first has failed. And you can see that Ence may just consider just going back into the upper bomb site once these initial counter grenades have worn off. You can see the smokes are now dissipating, and Ence are gathering towards the squeaky door in lobby, dropping the bomb. If there are any CTs near, which there are, you can see rushes on the HUD. He would surely hear that bomb be dropped, and re-execution into the upper bomb side it will be. KGB with some spray though, doing some good damage, and this is laboured, to say the least, here for the Ence side. A mere single kill is all they're looking at so far, and that might be it here. Alexi B is in a rather tough spot.
Vice creeping. No one spotting Alexi just yet. Still damage to be done. Can he find second frag? He can! He started to wonder if he could do any more, but KGB will trade. So it is made expensive for Cloud9 at the very least. It was looking like a really strong round for them, but those 2 kills will make a difference. You can see Ence falling over money at the moment. So maybe they can clean out the money of Cloud9 in this round to come. I don't know if Vice... I don't think Vice has got any money to buy any grenades. So you can see the impact. It's already caused problems for Cloud9, and there will be holes to patch to make sure their ship doesn't sink. 2 more rounds to recover for the North American squad. Ence, a team who have continued to impress through the major, since the major.
Lack of Kevlar for Vice feels real bad, man. Feels bad.
Ooh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, taking the sacrifice for his team. So they can all have rifles. Vice playing that support. And slowing things down. You can see in previous rounds they went very quickly outside, very quickly into the upper bomb site, but now a slower pace from them. And with the limited utility that Cloud9 have, this is a tough round to play. The T side is playing very slow. You have to pick the perfect timings to throw your utility. You've got so few bits and pieces to throw. And we'll see Ence now deciding to go towards the ramp position where Vice is. He's got no Kevlar, let's not forget, no helmet. Let's see if he can survive this. He's going to hold his ground. And the flashbang's actually going to do the damage. Golden as well will take full advantage as they move through his position. And Alu is left in a very precarious position.
You can shoot through the corners of those boxes. Ooh, double dink from Rush. He's looking sharp already. So another situation where Cloud9 could survive with 4 players alive, and this time they will. Golden looking pretty sharp as well. That's a very important early test for Cloud9. We'll see if Ence... They don't have the money to buy it. They've got an average of about $3,000 now, so there is a chance for Cloud9 to try and secure some more money for themselves. Still early on as they try to defend Nuke. X7 will be the Hero AK-47. We've seen some Hero AKs on Nuke. We saw some yesterday. Hero AK here, Hero AWP on, I think it was Dennis on Ninjas of Pajamas. And now it's X7's turn as they will execute into the A bomb site. They've got a grenade that goes through the flames, but they won't get much of the frags. Well, that is 6 kills in about 5 seconds.
Yep.
And on we go to the buy rounds.
That was a bit...
Or maybe not.
That was swift.
Alu, X7 and Sergey in a rough patch in terms of money now, so I think that was... I mean, if you think of a strong execute, if we go all the way back to when that team was a thing, they had some really solid executes into the A-bomb site, and maybe with a weaker buy, you can still rely on just smoothly moving into the A-bomb site, but Cloud9 were very ready for that. And essentially a second eco round is a very good situation for them.
Automatic on the AWP now, on the outside. It's really scary playing these positions around the smoke. Trying to move towards Secret quickly, will be denied by Golden. Alexi B with the scout, maybe one of the bigger threats at the moment for Cloud9 to face on the outside position, but once the smoke goes away, he'll be rather exposed. I think he may even have been spotted there briefly, but well, it's going to be KGB to finish him off, so never mind. Now just the pistols to try to find the damage, and Alu will take a lot of damage. Automatic covering the cross as well. And the objective, the mission for Ence was to get some damage, some deagle headshots, a scout headshot or two, just keep the economy as honest as possible for Cloud9, but they are looking like they're going to be unable to achieve that objective in this round at least.
Dancing in and out. How is he still alive? 7 HP with a deagle, that's enough. They know exactly where he is though. Roughly, which means more aggressive positions. You can see on the radar, everybody moving in. An important note, something you might not consider. I think Mirage is probably the best example of how CTs will rotate once they see where the last person is on a map. Dust 2's to come though, so maybe we won't get a chance to talk more about that today. 4-3 now, Cloud9 in the lead after some consecutive rounds. But Ence are finally back on the buy. 5 AK-47s, no AWP in this round on the T side. So, again, we've got the HE. It's another execute, but this time with a full buy. And we've got Alu down in the vents, going very quickly into the B bomb site before the CTs can rotate.
That is excellent timing, and it's really going to mix things up here for Cloud9. They've got to make some choices as to how they rotate. You don't want to leave that lurker just able to do whatever he wants. See Vice is trying to hold onto this ramp position. Might not be too easy now as the pressure comes in with more utility, and of course Alu coming in. And that's the problem. Now he's lurked in that position. Sometimes it's hard to even know if he's even down there. And Automatic is cut off from a deeper peak, but maybe he gets something. No. Very well done by Ence, throwing the flashbangs at the perfect time to deny any picks as they drop down. Might be on the cage and B now, but he's been smoked off. Great utility usage. My God, through the smoke, a headshot found by Sergey. It gets worse for Cloud9.
Ence looking very drilled on Nuke. We also have to note that when Alu opened the door to go into the B bomb site, his teammate was up above spraying his AK, presumably to cover the sound of it. So Cloud9 doesn't seem that they had any idea that the door was even opened, or maybe that Alu was even on the B bomb site at all. That HE's gone the wrong way, but it is a question of saving now for Cloud9. They do not have position or the personnel ready to go for this. So they'll have to fall back. And again, it's still early doors, but that execute from Ence looked so specific. And again, we've got basically no data on this Cloud9 roster on Nuke, so you have to, for me, I heavily favor Ence at this point.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's just they look like such a cohesive unit, and as you say, the preparation, the preparedness is quite obvious, and things are looking really smooth. I love this round because of how routine, how drilled it looked, from the throw of every bit of utility to where all the spam should go through the smokes, at what timings, the coordination behind the whole push. Everything was really on point, and it's very nice to watch. But Cloud9 back in it again with the AWP on Automatic. Let's see if they can have a better go of things here. He'll be playing a ramp position. Oh, actually, no, I think he might be going down to Secret. Alexi B keeping the pace very, very quick, but Cajun B will deny him towards the door. Automatic will have some action there, surely soon. So Ariel's now in Garage. Does he have his eyes on heaven?
There's plenty of time for a Cloud9 player to look for information. You can see Rush. Oh, there's a double peek with Vice, actually. Very smart stuff from Cloud9. Again, a relatively new team, but there is some coordination there, as you can see. A simple play, but a very effective one. And they don't lose a player in that engagement. A man advantage now, with just over a minute on the clock for Ence to try and deal something. Cajun B with an off angle. Alu's never going to be pre-firing that spot. And maybe it's not so guaranteed for Ence after all. 4 players survive for Cloud9 again. Again, it's the known versus the unknown. Ence look really solid and smooth on their executes towards A, but Cloud9, it is a guessing game as far as we're concerned. We'll have to see as they continue. It's been a very long road from the beginning of last year to now for the likes of Russian Automatic. And the road continues on Nuke. Disposing of a flashbang to buy a different grenades. And now we've got the AWP on Alu. So this may mark a slower round for Ence. Ooh, that's nasty. That's painful. Alexi B wondering where half his health has gone. There is a gap in that smoke, which is going to be harassed by the Cloud9 players. Automatic picking off aerial outside. And Ence make their way towards Secret.
Alu now scouting for Automatic. Comes in, it's going to whiff though.
Another jump in almost exactly the same spot as he had last time in the previous Nuke match.
Let's see if that opportunity that's now been missed will, how decisive that's going to be. Would have been an incredible pick to get onto Automatic. Would have caused a lot of problems. But now LXCB quite far down, progressing his way towards the lower bomb site. Looking to gain more information and position for his team. And it looks like they're actually going to go towards the upper bomb side here. LXCB in the vents. Flashbang out for Sergey. And he's going to find himself oh, I thought that was for free. Cajun B, though, spins around. And Automatic down on the ground now from up heaven.
The bomb's on the roof.
Is making things quite complicated. Ooh, that's nasty. Okay.
What a horrible place for the bomb to land. The bomb site wasn't cleared anyway, but I don't think I've seen the bomb fly that high before, where someone's coming out of the hut position. Credits occasion B. There was a previous engagement where he was on the hut, peeking somebody in Squeaky, and I thought he was done for because he was walking into the angle. That's a beautiful flick from Automatic. The fact, I think he should have died there against Sergey, but such is life. And that's Cloud9 2 rounds in the lead, and they've put Ence in eco territory once again. Average 3 to 3,300 on Ence. So this could be a good half for Cloud9. They may get 9 or 10 rounds out of this.
Yeah, it goes to show you take down Automatic straight away. It is difficult to make the AWP super effective on the CT side of Nuke. There is a lot of dedicated AWPers that don't find so much success there, and it takes more specialization and focus to do it. And so far, Automatic's been showing us some good stuff. And that's one of the great things about him as a star player, as an AWPer as well. He's very quick, very dynamic. He's not really afraid of any situations. There's nothing that's really outside of his comfort zone, honestly. And that's what makes a great battle sniper. And we'll see a fast round again outside. Oh, that's not bad damage off the HEs. And more damage to come in from the spray and utility LXTV. Oh, that's what a sign. Things to come, perhaps. Oh, God.
Wow.
They got blasted.
Absolute shrapnel, sniper alley, air raids, lots. That was a brutal anti-eco, and that was very enjoyable to watch. Oh, man. Anyway, Ence are back on the buy. Doesn't matter too much. 4 AKs. Alexi B will buy a 5th. Does this mean another fast play from Ence? By default, at this point on Nuke, the T side are often throwing a HE towards the squeaky door. He may be going on a roof X7 to throw some grenades into the A-bomb site, or maybe just to have a look towards Silo. Only one player outside, on the ground at the very least. X7's up top on the Silo as the second player. Sees nothing. Does he now set up for grenades into the A-bomb site? No. Not just yet. 1 minute 30 on the clock, and Ence are looking for some aggression. Being unpredictable in terms of their timing, which is always important. Smoke towards the ramp position for now. But look at how much utility they have, Ence. Loads of Molotovs. So they'll look to throw the smokes outside, but will they move behind them?
Yeah, so a much more delayed round from Ence as far as the pacing goes compared to what we have seen so far. And in doing so, you will force a lot of CT utility to be used more quickly and to be more depleted. So you'll have more success when you go for map control later on, but you still have to battle against the likes of players like Automatic holding this angle with the AWP. Automatic's moved around a lot, so they may not expect an AWP to be there, and it's going to work out very well for Cloud9. Automatic picks off one. Ence now commit to try to push into the upper bomb site, but this looks pedestrian. So easy, this hold now for Cloud9, but 2 players are still remaining for Ence, but the time pressure is going to start to be pressing, and they're going to drop down the vents. This is a genius move.
Golden surely heard the information. There he goes on the flank, and will the bomb even go down? X7 expecting Golden to push him. That's not happening though. He's moved over towards double doors. 15 seconds, and maybe X7's chance to even plant a bomb has gone. 2 players by ramp just waiting for their time. 8 seconds now. Pretty much has to commit to the bomb plant. Here comes the chase. Manages to plant it. I don't know how. So at least there's that. Gets the bonus money for Ence, but the round is with Cloud9. Cajun B has been so strong on that hut position, just all the elevated positions on the A bomb site. He's got some really unlikely kills, great movement to help out his teammate, moving away from the squeaky door, then falling down, bursting, conserving his bullets. Really nice play from him. Someone who doesn't have the brand name power of some of the other guys that he used to play with, but certainly delivering here on Nuke.
It's kind of cool because there was a world where maybe X7 goes for this crazy play, goes back into the vents. I think it's very likely Golden would have been there, even though we could see that he wasn't. So I think that's why X7 didn't do it. But that would have been so funny to see just that third rotation. But here we go. 8-4 for Cloud9 on the CT side. They're looking formidable, and that is excellent. We'll have to see now if Ence will change up the pace, and it looks like they are because they're going much faster towards the outside, but Golden as well. Very fast and forward position, finding a kill, but X7 down through the main position, causing problems here, but Golden looks like he can handle it just for the time, a short time as the trade comes in. And now Cloud9 are in desperate trouble.
How does automatic peek into the A-bomb site with an AWP? That's a really, really tall order, and when you have a man disadvantage, really it's down to Vice to do everything at this point. He needs to run distraction. Maybe when he starts firing, well, he's thrown a flashbang there, so to try and help Vice. So there's no mystery in terms of automatic's position. So far, so good. There's the trade. Automatic finds off an AK. He was close, but Sergey will clutch the round. 5 rounds on the board for Ence in this first half so far, so still a chance for 9 or 10 for Cloud9. They've got money in the bank thanks to their success. It's actually Ence who might find himself a little short. Alexi B, 3600. X7's got to go down to a Galil, so despite winning the round, Ence will have a worse buy.
This was a close one. Automatic actually has some, I think he got a few bullets out there. Didn't connect that headshots. But again, fast round from Ence. In round 14. Smoke's going outside pretty much immediately, not all the way though. Just making sure that they can deny any aggressive plays under the silo. As they in fact take that position as they creep, so looking like they may want to go for a play in towards the main position from here. There it is. Moving past, the smoke's off though, so... Oh no! Automatic dropping down, the timing was awful. Couldn't save himself, and that's X7 cracking open the ramp position as well. What do you do if you're Cloud9 now?
Yeah, I don't know what the... Let me see what the money's looking like. Okay, they've still got... They can spread the wealth among the different players, so... But, I mean, 3 versus 5, don't want to throw good money after bad. Ooh, rush. Lucky to survive that for a few seconds at least. Now 2 versus 5, I think that this round may be over, but they may just try to do damage to their opponent because, again, they may end up in a better situation if they can do enough damage, but it doesn't look like that's likely. That's Golden trying to hide in plain sight, trying to invite them to engage him. He really wants to go down on the sword. A bloodlust from Golden. There will be an extra frag, but that'll be it. 6-8, the score looking a lot closer now as we move into the last round of the first half.
Indeed. All comes down to this one. Nice comeback from Ence. Make it a very tight scoreline, but oh god, that was such a big kill, and the fact that it was kind of given up for free there, automatic. He realized how quickly they were moving, and he knew that he had to reposition, but he couldn't find a good timing for it. And sometimes that's why having a switch up of pacing can be really effective, because you can catch players out of position. And Golden, he's gone, speaking of which, he's gone forwards again. In the previous round, Ence were checking for this. Will they check for it this time? Looks like they may not. This could be huge for Golden.
Will he pick the right point? Ooh, getting his bell rung immediately by a very meticulous X7. Automatic up top. May have seen one person make his way towards Secret, but we'll have to assume it's been completely compromised. Minute 15 on the clock for Ence in a 5 versus 4. 3 of the players down low, but we have Alexi B lurking elsewhere. Waiting for a push. X7's up top. Clearing out control, always important. Strong position to hold. Now, will they have someone spray or something to try and open the doors quietly, or no, they'll just do it. There's enough people there. Execute quickly. Multiple Molotovs towards the ramp position, and they'll be content with the security on the site now. There's a team kill, KGB on Rush. That might make the retake hard, and it gets harder as Automatic gets taken down towards the ramp. Vice will be executed, leaving KGB 1 versus 4. Looks like we're going 8 to 7.
It looks like that indeed, unless KGB can find something remarkable. An interim in spots like this, where no one even needs to leave the site because no one needs to survive, is so unlikely.
She's got no kit either, so that makes it extra hard, and it will be the 7th round on the board for Ence versus the 8 of Cloud9. So I think we saw good things from both sides. I think we saw Cloud9 in for a fair shout at 9 or 10 rounds, but Ence forced their way back in. But we saw solid executes from Ence as well on that T side. So I wonder what we'll see from them on their CT side. Yeah,
again, we made the points yesterday. It can be so different when you switch sides. For Cloud9, surely the T side is going to be way more difficult. You got to have, there's drills. You got to be very tactically sound. We saw the rehearsal there clearly from Ence, where they have really clear pacing. Like, you can see what they're trying to achieve and sort of the kind of time frame they have in mind, and how they get there is very meticulous. So that's what Cloud9 have to be able to achieve against them, and that's going to be tough.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, at least I am making a lot of assumptions about the limitations of Cloud9 based on the turbulence of the roster, things we said before. But we saw some good coordination from them, the double peek from the Heaven position and the Hell position coming out at the same time, taking care of the player towards Garage. So there is coordination there. It's just hard to gauge how far that goes, how deep that goes, but we'll find out as we move into the second half. Don't forget, it's his birthday. I just want to embarrass him all day.
Let's just remind everyone.
Send him tweets.
Every single moment. It's not about Blast Pro Series. It's about me. It's definitely about me, isn't it, James?
Send him tweets, happy birthday, and so on. Send him selfies as well, just because it's weird and it'll make him uncomfortable. So do that. There's his, there's his name.
No one needs to see more British awkwardness, James. I think I bring enough to the table as it is.
You do. Brofist.
Right, so here we can see obviously highlights from the game from the first half if you are just joining us. And as mentioned, it was a pretty good fight from both teams. Cloud9 really with a lot to do on that T side. A lot of question marks to be, things to be answered, but Automatic, we know that if he's in position, KGB as well, in position to succeed and to get some of those fights, if the team can somehow find ways to set them up, they can go off. They can really crack open any bomb site and find the frags that are needed to gain the position to secure the objectives. However, that's the difficulty, isn't it, James? Opening up the round for your star players.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm quite interested to see if Automatic picks up an AWP on the T side, how he's able to use it. I think Alu is one of the more difficult snipers in the game to play against in general, especially when Alu's on the CT side. So that's going to be quite interesting for me to see as well. We're not too far away from that. It's his birthday. Just to remind you, I got 35 seconds to fill, Dan, so might as well fill it with just facts. It's a fact. It's your birthday today. You were born today, but many years ago.
That's what my birth certificate says, at least.
Do you know what time you were born?
Can you really trust it?
Do you know what time you were born?
No, actually, no idea.
I was born at 10 to 9.
You're a miracle baby. Let's make it about you now.
Speaking of birth certificates, I actually have someone else's.
You have somebody else's?
Yeah, which may have come in handy in the future, but that person has a criminal record now, so it's not as useful as it once was.
Is that true?
Yeah, it is. Anyway, we've got 6 seconds until we move into the second half, so enough about criminal records and other people's birth certificates. I didn't steal it, though. I just borrowed it. Ence moving on to the CT side. I'm looking forward to an AWP duel. I think that Alu's going to be hard to deal with. I think that he's going to be strong with his control, and I can't wait to see how that plays out. We don't have long to wait.
No, we are in the freeze time, so second half has kicked off, and we'll see. Do we see anything interesting here? Not really anything too out of the ordinary. Just a single set of grenades there for KGB. Everybody else with Kevlar for that T side of Cloud9. Ence, CZ, and Smoke. That's what we saw them rolling with yesterday against the likes of NIP as well. And looks like we'll see some outside pressure coming from Golden a little bit later as the upper site is bombarded here by Cloud9.
Rush with the headshots, still alive. Golden's taken down for the meantime. Alexi B has a defuse, not a defuse kit, he's got a smoke grenade. There is no defuse kit on the players who are alive. And there aren't many. Alexi B with 4 HP, that's a big headshot onto Cajun B though. Considering his smoke grenade, but how can it help him really in this spot? Without it, they can work together, but they have a combined 14 HP. And now they're dead. Now they're gone, they're smoked like kippers.
They did.
They did.
Yes, and that's absolutely what you want to see if you are a Cloud9 fan. And if honestly, I think, if you want to see a really competitive Nuke, I think there's a lot, as we highlighted, for Cloud9 to have to deal with, to fight against. A lot of holes in their game, just being a much newer, fresher lineup to worry about. But we'll see. They got the MAC-10s out here, the UMP on Cajun B. Everybody else, I say everybody else, Russian automatic, with AK-47s. And they're against a completely full eco. You don't often see an eco like this, just USPs. And that's not a good way for Cloud9 to start. It's just USPs, James. Surely, how much damage can they really do?
Alu has exactly enough money to buy an AWP and no Kevlar in the next round.
Oh my god, what is happening?
Okay, this is bad. This is really bad because Russ has got 14 HP, but the crisis will be averted. Man like automatic with the 4K.
James, they had 5 USPs.
They had 5 USPs. They had pea shooters. They were in the school playground with pieces of paper like the McDonald's straws. It's disgusting. It's covered in saliva, yet they got 3 frags from it. Alu opting for the AUG and armor over the AWP. As you can see, he spent 4,600. He had 150. So that's a surprise to me. I think for the most part, if he goes outside, he can avoid the grenades. But of course, he is very soft with no Kevlar, so he will opt for it. And maybe the scope of the AUG will be enough for him. In fact, Ariel's in the garage playing an off angle towards the main position, as we call it in Europe. And Cajun B has made his way downstairs. Now, on the flip side, Cloud9 didn't have the awareness of this, but will Ence have the awareness?
And there he goes, start moving outside. I love Ariel's position there to catch people going into main, but it can also hit people running down secret. So he's able to raise the alarm. However, Cajun B is already in control room, so Cloud9 will have some pretty forward positions here. But Ence, they are on the bomb side. This could be decent, this defense. That's a good start for them. X7 dropping the bomber on the ground. The spray is good for 3. And now there's huge issues for Automatic and Cajun B, the last survivors to deal with. Cajun B just jumps over the railing, not even with the gun in hand.
High risk parkour, doesn't pay off for him. Colossal injuries, explodes on the B bomb site. And that will be a great round for the likes of Cloud9 on their CT side. Very strong round indeed.
Ence.
For Ence, yes.
It's all good.
For Ence. Yeah, I'm looking at the blue of Cloud9 and thinking CT, that's why.
Yeah.
And I'm back in the room. I'm not stupid, I promise. Okay, so Ence spreading out, and they've left Cloud9 on the pistols. A Desert Eagle here, a Desert Eagle there. A cameo appearance from a P250. This may be a slow round for Cloud9. Edging forwards. Now you want to play distance if you're Ence, if you can. But versus the Deagles, they can be problematic, and Automatic again did well with the 4K earlier. Continues to do well with the Deagle, but that's just the one kill, and that's not a weapon that they will be collecting anytime soon. And here is the cleanup operation. KGB left with a Glock, he will be doing nothing, and Ence are just 1 round behind now.
I like the tapping from X7 there. I was really baffled to see the USP headshot from him initially. Very interesting, but we are seeing these score lines close very quickly now. And there it is. For some reason, decided to start off with the USP. Don't know, maybe he wants to make this a bit harder than it has to be, but either way, it will be an easy affair in the Ence. And it's pistols again here for the Cloud9 team. Any more 1Ds to be had? I wonder.
I love pistols. There's a flashbang for Rush. Where is the flash coming from? Okay, he's downstairs with the rest of the team. I thought maybe he'd be on the roof or something with it. I don't know if he meant to jump there. I wonder if there was a reason for that to be deliberate. Either way, they'll get absolutely decimated, destroyed, deleted, denied, defiled. Other things starting with D. What else can we say with D?
Demolition.
Demolished.
Demolished. There we go.
Demolished. Demolished works. That's to make a really long list. 10 to 10, pair of 10s. Everything's tied up, but Cloud9 can buy once more. I see rifles being swapped around, and here we go. So we've got automatic on the AWP. Now, we don't have Ali on one because no one's died. If Ence win this round, maybe he will take an opportunist AWP, and there is the man himself, covered with ink. All right, so we've got the utility for Cloud9, but I want to see what automatic does with the sniper.
Pair of 10s. Will Ence break the deadlock coming out of heads? Will automatic continue in the fashion he's been playing for so long now? Just devastating performances. 24-10 at the moment. Cloud9 looked at him to be the can opener. Find a way to break this formidable defense that Ence have so far posted up. Golden on the angle wins the battle. And that's incredible.
That position has been very problematic for Ence.
Yes, that's true.
On the previous game of Nuke, they were trying to drop smokes when they were holding pixel angles and still getting absolutely destroyed in that angle. So that particular position, smoke or no smoke, has been an issue for them in the nukes we've seen so far here at Blast Madrid.
That's a very good point, yeah. NIP finding consistent openings there, as now will Cloud9, and here we go, push into the upper bomb site's being called. Vice will try to open things up. 3 versus 3. Plenty of time here to get the bomb planted, but can they lock out Alexi B? Do they have any utility? Yes, there goes the Molotov, and Alexi B doesn't want to go in front of it. His teammates a bit too far behind. They're locked out as well, and they want to wait out the smokes and the Molotovs so they can all attack together and try to, in one fell swoop, retake the bomb site. But still an incendiary, actually, on Cajun B. He's picked that up from somebody. Well, that's somewhat worrying, isn't it?
That's a lovely burst from Cajun B. He is ready. Only 2 bullets fired, and it's a 2 versus 2. Alexi B, did he touch the bomb? He's touched the bomb. Now he's holding it. He's dedicated to it. He's devoted. Will automatic peak in time? It's going to be a close one, but he will just about get there. I think it was 0.3 seconds maybe left on that defuse, but it will not be allowed by the likes of automatic. I wanted to see him with the AWP, and he delivers the final kill there to save the round for Cloud9 and put them back in the lead.
Yeah, really good discipline there from the likes of Cajun B and from automatic, just to hold and hold and hold until the last possible moment as the CTs were pushing to break back into the bomb site and win the rounds. And now the AWP is coming out onto Ali. We might see a different story.
Look at the situation, though, for utility on Cloud9. Again, another situation on the flip side where they won the round, but they are far worse equipped. They've got next to no grenades beyond these smokes. But now we see the AWP duel that I was looking for. Automatic making his way through as well. Had a quick look over the T-Red box. And here's that pixel angle. Now, if the AWP peaks first, I would imagine Alexi B will be fine. But again, on prior rounds, that was very problematic for them.
It's worked out this time. Not giving up a kill, able to lock out the T side, except finds a kill from Golden there as well. AGB lurking towards Rab, can't find his kill, and that was an important trade. Getting the Rab position would then allow Cloud9 to go down secret and try to trade out towards the lower bomb site, and they can pincer on it and have a very strong after-plant scenario. But instead now, they've been locked out of both positions. Automatic and Vice have to find damage, and Ence, they are playing really tight positions at the moment. Nice kill coming in though. Quick flashbang, and Vice with good timing on the peak. Now he goes down for more, and he's going to find more. 30 seconds to go. Maybe there's a chance now. Automatic, oh, he's been tagged down, and Vice, he's just not ready for that one, and that will be a round for Ence.
Beautiful play by Aerial there. Rather than trying to trade the frag, they're never going to expect a second player to just be in exactly the same spot as where they just fragged another guy. So he gets a free kill, play with his knife out. Alu begins to be dangerous outside. Great decision maker with an AWP. Aerial looking to dump a flashbang to buy a HE grenade. There we go. And Cloud9 are on pistols. This may go down to the wire. The score is kept tied. Cloud9 on the eco. Roaming with the pistols. Once again, it's Rush with one flashbang. Golden trying to swing wide. Not nothing doing though, because Alu will deny him. Looking for more on the silo. Spots ahead. Can't quite hit the mark. Too many times he went to the well. Automatic with another frag with the Deagle from an elevated position. But again, that might be the only frag for them, bearing in mind what they're fighting with.
Yeah, that's how it went last time he got that Deagle pick off towards the ranges of CT spawn, and the CT blue. Used to be red, actually. There we go. Aerial has been discovered. Can Automatic find an angle? He's going to go quite deep here, so he should be able to see him first, but as you can see, it's so difficult. No Kevlar. Got to hit that first bullet. It's difficult indeed. Rush. I think the intention for that flash was to be bounced back into the trophy room, but never mind. Never mind. Indeed, it's looking unlikely that they'll get more damage out of this one. Rush closing in. He perhaps is the only one with that CZ that can really offer up any damage as they push forwards. And X7 looks like he's going to handle this pretty effectively. Cage and B with the clock. And that'll be that. So indeed, as you said, James, only the one kill after all.
I think Aerial should name his knife No Signal. That would be a genius name.
Yeah.
Backstabbing.
Not bad.
Aerial killed you with his No Signal. Or Signal, either one. Ence in the lead. Cloud9 on the buy once again. The 5 AKs, no AWP to be afforded by the likes of Automatic. Spent 4,800 to buy what he has, and he has 0 in the hole. So this is an important one for Cloud9. Well, for both teams, lots of implications to be had. Golden looking for someone who might be close. Just as Cloud9 were in the first half on around here or there. Squeaky door not blown off, which is interesting. A lot of teams will HE the Squeaky door by default because it just makes you nervous as a CT in the A bomb site, but there is no HE. I don't know if it's because somebody forgot to buy one, or I mean, sometimes you, like if you type your buys out, you just do your usual thing, then you realize, oh crap, I was just short of this, just shy of that. So that could be why, I don't know. I do believe it was opened, however. Minute on the clock, and Cloud9 maybe setting up for some kind of grenade situation. Automatic though creeping outside, only leaves them with 3 players elsewhere. You can see Rush moving into the main position. Now, sometimes you might have a T-side bounce a smoke off to smoke off this area and try to wrap towards Hell. We have seen that attempted in this match so far, but that won't be the case here. Moving in with a double ping, lovely stuff from Cloud9 so far, but look at the frags from Ence. What a response from them. 13 to 11 for Ence.
That was so quick. Everyone just got deleted immediately as they made their way into the bomb site. I actually felt like Cloud9 played it really well too. You could see that the problem positions, they had the Molotov for the CT vent, they had the double peek for the guy on the hut roof. So that's like they're splitting up the upper bomb site defense with better numbers and better utility, and still not coming out the victors. That's rough. That is very difficult. And now Ence are only 3 away from taking this map. And not only that, Cloud9 have just pistols in this round, and so far on pistols, they've really struggled to find ways to have any success. Anything more than a single kill has been troublesome. And they're going to be trying to go for the creep here down towards Secret. At least got maybe a gap to play with. No, another smoke there as well. And Cloud9 are going to be rotating down lower, surely. There's Alexi B to slow this one down if he can. Finds a quick triple. Might be a 4th here as a USB comes out. Not quite, but enough damage is done. And once again, James might just be the only kill.
Well, he's got a nice tool to work with. He doesn't have a helmet, which is the main issue, as he gets shot in the head by the AUG. 14 to 11 in favor of Ence. More flashbang dumping to get those HEs out. So Cloud9 are running out of opportunities here on Nuke. Ence just 2 rounds away from victory. Looking pretty calm in the Finnish booth. Let's see, we've got a tactical timeout at the moment.
Right now, actually, Automatic has the highest ADR, James. At 87.
He's pretty consistent.
He is very consistent.
24 frags at the moment. He is just ahead of Sergey with 22. Vice not having the greatest of games. 9 for 17 on a Cloud9 squad. Alu 11 for 17, but his team are closer to that W, and let's see if they can get closer yet. Closer still. Both teams now with the AWPs once again. Automatic is back with the sniper rifle, but he's had to sacrifice a helmet for it. So let's see what he's able to do. An early boost look towards the garage position, but Ali's got an off angle towards Secret. Looking for the position outside garage, nothing doing. Some grenades being lined up from the silo. Look at this aggression from Ence. It's a home invasion.
Yeah, that's such a risky play, but if you happen to find this opening because the T's are running like that, this part of their default at this timing, they're not even in lobby, that is a huge problem. And Ali will get himself a kill. He's actually been, he's not having the best performance here so far on Nuke, but that is going to be an important kill. Now the 4 versus 3, though equalized. Golden taking position towards main. The trade comes back out. Ali a problem in this round with that AWP. Automatic will be looking for him, but Ali doesn't really have to do anything more at this point. HB though, that said, able to open up a passage towards the upper bomb site. So he's able to now allow a potential route through to this bomb site for Automatic to get the plant. But Automatic is the guy with the bomb. He's got to make his way to that site. Can he do so safely? That's the question. Alu can potentially stop him, and he will. Oh my God. That is stunning. One more to go. And it's too easy. It's lined up, James. Easy ace for Alu. I was looking at the stats in the round prior. I'm like, Alu 45 ADR. He's 11 for 7. He's having a shocker of a match. You were building it up. Alu's going to be a problem to deal with. Well, he just got the match point.
Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff from Alu. Can we just note, he throws a HE into the A bomb site from heaven and immediately rotates around towards the main position. So he's showing presence in one place and trying to punish in another, and he does exactly that. Perfect angles being held. Got the sound cues to finish off the last player. Beautiful stuff from Ence and Alu. Very cerebral player. He's a problem to deal with. His decision making is awesome with an AWP. I think it's a CT's blowing off the squeaky door, which is really interesting. Molotov on the roof, and there's panic in the A bomb site. Ali misses a shot outside, but he's still alive for now. Man advantage for Ence. Cloud9 tried to rush into A, but so far not so good. 5 versus 2 for Ence at match point versus Cloud9 on Nuke, and it's not looking any better for Cloud9.
It is looking so desperate. At least Automatic is left alive, but no longer. It's up to Cage and B. They're getting sprayed through. It's a lot of damage through the hot position as he drops down the vent. He has the bomb, but he's against 4 players. It has to be the ace. He doesn't have a smoke for any cover. There's nothing for him to work with. The AK-47 and a flashbang. The bomb at least is planted, but he has to hit every single shot clean, and it will not happen. That's going to be Ence 16-11. It was a good fight from Cloud9, but simply not good enough against the likes of Ence. That T side for them was just too difficult.
Yeah, I think we saw more than I expected from Cloud9. Again, I'm not going to go over the same old things again, but I think we saw some promise from them. But the executes on the T side were fantastic from Ence. The way they were gliding into the A bomb